VHS. Well, I am Mike Pelly, joined by Allison. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I just watched a movie that I've seen 80 times.
First time for me.
Yeah, first time for you. I've seen this movie a lot. But we are joined by special guest calling in today, Jason Baxter. How are you?
Oh, no.
No.
What does that mean?
That's what he says.
Oh, in the
That's
movie.
what Lenny says. He goes, oh, no.
Oh, that's yes.
Oh, no.
Well, you know, I'm glad I'm alarmed by that because none of the listeners would know what the fuck that was either. But we do, because we just watched Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, starring Christopher Reeve.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know.
Oh, my God. No.
Yep, it's called The Quest for
That's
Peace.
Okay.
Well, it was because of the nuclear...
I know, but this movie's so dumb.
It also stars, what's his face, from Pretty in Pink.
John Cryer.
Yes. I like how it goes from Christopher Reeve to John Cryer.
He's still...
And then to perhaps Gene Hackman and then the rest of the cast. But.
John Cryer is still in kind of Ducky gear. He's not as cute as Ducky.
Yeah, this is definitely post.
Sort of like how Robert Downey Jr. is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Oh, and let's not forget Mariel Hemingway, who has the best shoulder pads.
That's the love interest.
Never seen shoulder pads that.
The kind of love interest. The other woman.
Yeah, she's more of a foil.
One of the other women in the movie.
Right. Well, there's like
Two.
the two.
There's
yeah,
two.
there's Lois and
She's
there's
kind of the
Lacey
anti-Lois.
Warfield.
Mhm. She wants
Like-
Clark.
Nuclear Man is like the anti-Superman, and she's like the
But barely, because her character is not like developed at all.
no. She's just sort of like
Oh,
mean.
but neither is really Lois in these movies, right? Or are you just supposed to know her from the comics, or
Well, I mean, this is the fourth movie, so I feel like
that's true.
kind of coming into it knowing
But
what
it-
Lois's deal is.
But she's kind of the same in every one, right?
Yeah.
Like there's not really any
Plus,
character
Yeah,
development.
Superman keeps fucking
And he
like,
keeps
mind
mind
wiping.
erasing her.
Yeah. What a jerk.
It's crazy that they keep that rolling in the canon of the Superman films with Christopher Reeve. Is the mind eraser.
Which is
Power.
how is he magic smooches?
Does he only do it to Lois?
Yeah.
So he just like always reveals himself to be Superman. They have a great time. They fly around. They make out, and then he mind erases her.
Yeah.
And when he does that, she acts like it's the end of an orgasm, where she's like, "Ugh,"
Yeah. Weird.
and just freezes, and it's weird.
And then he shows up like immediately as Clark.
Dorky
Like,
Clark.
What do I miss?
And he decided it was a good idea to set up a double date with himself and himself.
Yeah, it's insane.
Anyway, we're getting ahead, but like here's the thing. This film is something that I saw. I think it was the first time I ever saw a TV movie, like a movie that was played on, primetime television. Back in the day, like when they had like Friday night movies.
Yeah.
And shit like that. Like it was maybe CBS or something like that. I don't know, whatever. But this was the first time I saw a movie on TV.
I think it's becoming less and less of a thing because you have more options.
The best parts of watching those recorded like
From TV.
videos from my aunts and my uncles and whoever, they were all taping TV because it was a big deal. 'Cause it was like, oh, my VCR can just tape this. Perfect.
Well,
it was like early days of DVR or TiVo
Torrenting?
or whatever.
You're stealing it, kind of.
You're not stealing it
Well-
because it's being broadcast.
That's
To
true,
you.
but I wasn't meant for taping, was it? But everyone did it.
Yeah.
Well, in
I
the
don't
beginning, it technically wasn't meant for being taped, but it could, and it didn't make a difference that it was being taped.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But anyway, the point is that like
So you saw this at a very young age.
I
and it left
saw
an
this.
impression on you.
Yeah, I saw
Did
this.
you watch them all in order?
Yeah, actually, well, when my mom showed me Superman the movie, I was
Is that the first one?
maybe like 2 years old. I remember it. I was very young.
I was not even processing film at 2.
I processed those colors, man. Like the colors that Superman wears in, whatever. Like I became addicted to eventually illustration, all that stuff that like I'm doing nowadays based on Superman the movie. Superman the character is really something that like.
Yeah, but this movie sucks.
Oh, but we're talking about the fourth movie. Yeah, I'm talking about the first one. My mom showed me that when I was really young, and I got obsessed with
great,
Superman.
but this is a hot garbage pile.
So here's the thing. This movie, Superman 4, Quest for Peace, came out. My mom saw it, I think, in the theaters, and
87.
chose not to share it with me.
Because she didn't like it?
Oh, yeah, because it's a terrible film.
Okay.
And
This is only 2 years before the Tim Burton Batman. Like, think about that.
Oh, wow. It
Yeah.
seems really old. Like,
Yeah.
well, in the
What's if the effects suck so much?
yeah, like it seems like the first one. Like there's been no.
but the first one didn't suck.
I honestly don't remember it, babe.
Yeah, there you go.
I
So,
only remember scenes from like maybe the second one, and you've shown me most of them. I think. What's the one with Gene Wilder?
2? But it's not Gene Wilder, right? It's just Richard Pryor? Or is Gene Wilder
I
also
thought
in
Gene
it?
Wilder was in it.
Gene Hackman.
Hackman.
He's in all. He's in,
No, babe.
Well, she's talking about Superman 3.
Yeah,
Oh, that is the guy.
Gene Wilder.
No,
Richard Pryor.
Just Richard.
Richard Pryor is the comedian.
Why
that's
do
like,
I think Gene Wilder's in it?
Because they do a lot of
They
a lot
did that
of
movie.
movies together.
Yeah, they did that one.
Or at least a
together.
couple.
Yeah.
I would love if Gene Wilder was in a Superman film.
I thought he was.
That would be interesting. What if Gene Wilder played Lex?
He'd be good.
Yeah.
I like
He's
it.
a weirdo. So
I'm
totally
it
into that.
Worked better.
By the way, Superman 3, I love that film too.
Well, here's what's weird. Is Gene Hackman and Gene Wilder are both in Young Frankenstein.
Exactly. It's
They're buddies.
Yeah, they're
Maybe not.
classic friends. But anyway,
Classic friends.
classic.
They're that classic bear. friends.
So Superman 4 Quest for Peace saw it on air. My mom videotaped it like as soon as it hit air, and that was like back when it was a weird time. Like it was when
87.
yeah, like the
I wasn't
movie
alive yet.
Well, the movie came out on VHS, but it was also being broadcasted on like CBS primetime movie of the week for free. Like, can you imagine that? Imagine.
Are you talking versus pay-per-view?
If The Martian came out on DVD/Blu-ray last week, it's not going to be played on ABC that week. That's my point.
Okay.
Actually, we'll keep the movie discussion quite short because there's really not much to say about it.
I don't know. I thought there was a lot.
All right, why don't you start us off,
We just
Baxter?
sat through 90 minutes. We might as well talk about it.
Well, John Cryer's amazing. As Lenny, Lex's cousin,
No, nephew.
Nephew.
who
Yes.
breaks him out of jail at the beginning.
He's a punk, but he's dumb.
Yeah.
Like a surfer dum-dum.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, no. Freako. What's his line?
He has many.
Don't know
yeah.
what. No.
Come on, Uncle X.
Ugh.
He says that.
Yeah, he does.
Lex has amazing outfits in this movie. He's just
So does
some
Lenny.
kind of like weird pimp from the future.
Let's talk about
He looks
Lenny's
like Two-Face
car.
and,
Yes.
stuff later on.
Yeah, what is going on with Lenny's car?
Lenny's car. So this is actually like a plot to break Luther out of jail.
Yeah.
The chain
And-
gang.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Lenny shows up in this car that is supposed to like swoon the guards to come in and like
Yeah,
like
they're really impressed by the car.
right.
I
And
mean,
they
yeah.
and he's
It's like, you want to sit in it? And they're like, wow, yeah. And then he has a little remote control that seals them in there. And
Puts
then
the top on.
shoots him off the
launches
cliff
it. Yeah.
like a little Scooby-Doo episode
Yeah, but you don't see the crash. You just see plumes of black
because they
smoke.
couldn't afford the crash.
Yeah.
on the
There's
budget.
lots of cuts, and there's a little bit of claymation or animation at some point of rebuilding the Great Wall.
Really
Oh, yeah.
quick, let's touch on Canon Films because Canon Films like produced this film, and things like that makes me think of it because they didn't show the explosion because they couldn't afford it and all that stuff. But Canon Films, there's a documentary on Netflix that talks all about how like
Electric Boogaloo.
right, and they could. Oh man, that is such a great documentary. Allison, have you seen it?
I think we've watched it together.
But they're famous for, like, the break-in movies.
All of this stuff over the top.
Death Wish sequels, Over the Top. All those, like, old, later period Chuck Norris movies.
Oh.
There was a lot of movies that came out in Cannon's early days where all they did was profit off of naked women in their
That
films.
too.
Because, like, all the guys that were, like, running it were, like, perverts. Complete 100%
Like
utter
what type?
perverts.
Like Weird Science type?
Yeah,
Or
like
it'd be,
teen
like,
sex
topless
comedies,
women?
but then also like erotic thrillers.
Oh, okay.
That's how they started out, really, was erotic thrillers. But this movie, Superman 4,
I'm sorry. Why was this so low budget? Didn't they do well in the beginning, or were they always kind of dumb?
Because these guys were cheapskates. Canon only made Superman 4.
And the Salkinds.
Yeah,
the
the
Salkinds.
rights were sold to Canon.
Right. So
Because they weren't doing well after like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
The first two
okay.
movies were produced by the Salkinds. So was this one, the third one, and the fourth one. But after the second movie came out, the Salkinds like really just started like selling the rights and shit.
Because
like,
it wasn't going well.
No, it wasn't because it wasn't going well. It was because they were like, oh yeah, money here, money there, money here, money there. They didn't care. They didn't give a shit. They didn't hold on because they weren't smart about
it. A
it.
little rap you had going on. Money here, money there.
Exactly. They weren't being smart about it. They were just like, oh, money? I'll take that. Sure, no problem. They weren't like into like holding on to
The legacy.
the legacy, yeah,
Okay.
and actually profiting off of what it could have potentially been. So let's talk about these characters here.
Everyone's real tan, real 80s tan, where they're just like, we don't give a shit about skin cancer.
Right.
Lacey Warfield is the daughter of the guy that's buying the Daily Planet in this movie. And she is, for some reason, obsessed with Clark, who's a complete 100% dork. I can understand the attraction, but it kind of comes out of nowhere. He's walking into her office to say, why are you calling me to your office? And she's on the desk.
In a sexy pose.
Yeah, in like a way that no one would ever naturally be on their desk.
I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, she lays it on pretty thick.
She, throughout the movie, it makes you think that she had like unusually small shoulders because they compensate
God,
so
it's
severely.
crazy.
They put her in like linebacker.
Is that one later where
Shoulder.
it's like she's
It's like 3
the
heads
width?
length
Yeah,
shoulders.
It's nuts.
It's in all of her
Her
outfits.
silhouette is like a perfect rectangle.
I mean, like most of the women, well, there's only like 2 women in this whole movie. Lois also has big shoulder pads, but this lady's are just extreme in all of her outfits. Dress wear, coats, power suits.
It's crazy.
Jinx.
Mike likes her. He thinks she's attractive.
I do
No,
too.
I was saying that she was doing these things, like he was like sitting down and then she was just like, oh yeah, do you like this new story I'm coming up with? And she like put her knee up on his
Crawling all over
crotch.
his lap.
And I was just like, okay, well, if somebody did that to me, and like, I'm sorry, I
If
said,
you were gonna get kneed in the groin, you think you'd get a boner from that?
maybe.
Oh, yeah, Pelly.
Anytime I'm getting kneed in the crotch in a sexual manner, it perhaps could
Smashing?
constitute for some, like a
Highly erotic.
Section-
yeah.
Sexual manner.
But anyway, she likes Clark
For some reason.
some reason,
Yeah, no
whatever.
one knows.
She's like, he's dorky.
And Lois is always-
We go to the gym together. The gym scene. Oh my god.
They go to aerobics.
So yeah, there's an aerobic scene in this film. And it's Clark trying to be goofy and whatever. It's because he's like
He's supposed to be a skinny
faking
nerd.
his powers. Yeah.
He's got a great like Reebok sweatsuit on.
It's
Yeah.
pretty good. And he has the towel.
Wrapped into it.
A towel
So
like
weird.
tucked into his
Maybe I'll start doing that
sweatshirt.
at the gym. I don't know.
Because your neck sweats a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Let's talk about the costumes in this film. Oh my god. From
Nuclear
Lex
Man.
Luthor to Lenny to Clark's gym outfit. Like, let's talk about
Lois is always in satiny pearl pink outfits.
Mhm.
it. Right. It's very shiny.
Jimmy
Almost like
seems to wear the same thing every day.
Right.
Yeah,
Actually, is Jimmy in this movie?
barely.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
like a few shots of him, and he has like 1 or 2 lines.
He's like the 40-year-old.
He was too busy shooting.
Yeah.
He was
He's like male pattern baldness.
Kid
He's like,
genius.
"Hey, Clark."
Yeah.
he was shooting Supergirl. He was in that movie.
Oh.
Right, which comes out between Superman 3 and Superman 4.
Absolutely.
Nuclear Man He doesn't have pants. He's got a weird outfit on.
He does later, though, but they're like gold, very bronze, like his skin. But
Yeah.
earlier, I swear he doesn't. I think
read
he's
the
just
rest
in a loincloth. And he's all ADR'd throughout the whole movie. He growls a lot.
Yeah, like actual panther sounds.
I think they used sounds of panthers
No.
and bears.
That's not
And-
true.
and
it's him
l-
imitating a panther. It's a human. It's not like actual jaguar sounds.
Jaguar.
He mostly the Atomic Man. What is most unsettling is his metal. I mean, his
Fingernails.
silver acrylic nails.
Yeah.
Because they show a lot of up close scenes of
Yeah.
acrylic nails, and I guess that's his one big power. Because he slashes Superman on the back,
Well,
but then he's always like
yeah.
sheen, and
Yeah,
he's like
and they get
looking at his
longer.
nails.
Ugh.
It's so gross.
They also both have like every power. It's really
Oh yeah, I guess that's what
really
you talked
weird.
about.
Right, Pelly?
Yeah, I mean, I think that like this goes back to Superman 1 when okay, I can't imagine there wasn't a like backlash of people like comic book fans saying Superman can't turn back the Earth.
Right.
Superman can't kiss someone and make them forget shit.
Put people in reverse.
That only happens in this movie, but we'll get to that.
What's the? Does it feel
And so there obviously wasn't as much of a backlash to make them like not do that in this film.
right? See, rebuilds the Great Wall of China just by looking at it.
Yep.
It makes no sense.
Lois
he-
can fly. He can make Lois fly.
He does-
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah, and he does the kiss memory thing twice to her
Yeah.
in this film. So in a total of the 4 movies, he did it 3 times.
It's some like insane level of like emotional abuse when he does that to her because he's Clark. Lois comes to visit him at his apartment
Right.
and he's acting depressed and then she follows him outside and he jumps off a ledge.
He
He
grabs her
her.
hand and walks her off a ledge, and
Yeah.
she's like, you don't have to do this.
Yeah, and then she thinks she's gonna die. And then
Actually,
catches
she
her
says,
Superman, like,
Clark,
"It's okay now."
things aren't that bad.
Yeah, things aren't that bad.
And
Fucking dark, dude.
yeah.
Like,
He's like,
oh yeah,
JK,
real funny.
I didn't just murder suicide us.
Yeah, no. Instead, I just want to fly around with you around the earth, and then, you know,
There was a lot of flying scenes,
Wipe your mind.
montages in the other movies, right? Where they're just showing like
Well, they were
stock
trying
footage
to
of, like,
channel that. I feel
San
like they were trying to
Francisco,
yeah.
see. Look.
mountains.
The first one has that ridiculous flying scene where she's like, "Is this
Can
a
you read my
dream?
mind?"
Can you read my mind?"
Oh, God.
This whole like weird monologue inside of her head.
Yeah, this one they're
In her full
really.
satin pink gear.
I love how we're talking about this and
Trains.
just lands on it as we're.
Oh, he's
looking
gonna let
at
her
it.
fly. He's gonna drop her, and she's gonna be like, "Oh no!" and then she can fly for some reason.
It makes no sense.
And it's so blue screen.
Oh, unbelievably terrible.
Like back then, they weren't even doing green screen; they were doing blue screen.
But I was
San Francisco.
I was telling you earlier that I kind of like it just in that it looks like collaging images onto each other.
Sure.
Like they look like you cut them out with scissors and put them on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
look,
like
look,
that
they're just
effect.
well, they just paste.
It's
They're
interesting.
pasting them.
And you can see the green
over the
glow.
the Rocky Mountains?
Who knows? In the first half of the movie, though, when she's saying lines, she's really slurry, and they just kind of
Sure.
let it go. She says some stuff where she's slurring.
Well, here's the thing:
It's
is
like audible
she,
slurring.
like okay, so Margot Kidder, who
so they
plays
didn't do ADR.
Margot. You just call her Mario?
Mario.
no Margot. I said Margot.
Mario.
Margot Kidder. She plays
Mario Kidder.
Lois
Soft
Lane
filter.
in this film, and this is during a time where she's still like living off of the hype from the first 2 Superman movies, and she got really into drugs. She got really into alcoholism, and you can tell in this film she is slurring her words hard.
I don't
And
think she is that bad. I want to go easy on her.
She was though in some of the first half of the movie. He
yeah.
has a at some
and,
point.
and you can see the age in her that happened over the course of 8 years.
They're putting a soft
pretty
filter on this scene.
drastic aging going on. Anyway, I'm not trying to point my finger at her. I'm just trying to say that she did get into some stuff like between the first movie, second movie, and this movie.
Sometimes Clark has finger waves in his hair.
What is that? Finger wave?
It's called a finger wave, like in the 1920s. You see how it's like
Oh yeah.
it's
How
Yeah.
do you, how do you do it?
I want that.
I know. I always wanted one too.
I want one
They
too.
look really cool, but
They
it's a
look
lot of
awesome.
processing.
It is.
Yeah, and you have to
bummer.
like really like do your hair. Every
Well, they're
day.
doing it. I think they're
Oh,
doing
really?
that for Superman because he has the
He doesn't have the
S
curl.
curl.
Not in this.
I know,
movie.
but they're trying to somewhat simulate that.
Oh, the one thing that in his costume and all of these that I fucking hate is the yellow S on the back
Oh yeah, you
because
don't
it looks
that?
like marker and felt that they just like
Yeah.
fucking glued on.
Well, in the comics, it was definitely there was a yellow S on the cape, but
you could make it
in the
better.
new
It looks like a
movie-
felt cutout.
in the new movie, in the Man of Steel and the Batman v Superman
doesn't have any
movie, they
yellow.
do not have that
I
because
like
they
it.
because they obviously agreed with you. On
yeah,
that
because the
point.
primary colors look cheesy.
Yeah.
I want to say that it's weird that this movie has like some similarities to Batman v Superman.
This
It does, yeah.
Superman
Like
4:
a-
The Quest for Peace
Yeah.
is related to.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, when he goes to the UN and
Yeah.
like, and I was like, hope that they don't.
Oh,
Because I
you're
told Baxter, I'm like, I hope no
right.
one blows them up.
Yeah, he goes and speaks to like
Whoa.
government.
Except this time he actually gets to talk.
takes the nuclear.
Yeah.
They're just like, yay. He's like, I'm gonna solve the world's problems.
Hey, you know
I'm
what?
gonna take the
Honestly,
nuclear-
I'll take this movie over not the full movie, but that scene over the scene that happens in
Oh, yeah,
Batman v
same.
Superman because he actually gets to address the Union in this film, as opposed to Batman v Superman, where he's about to say something and they just blow it up.
Well, and any of these.
Spoiler alert, by the way, for Batman v Superman.
Also,
No spoiler. It's been out for a while.
also there's nukes,
Yeah.
and also Lex Luthor creates a monster.
A person. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay,
So maybe it
we
was
can all
just a
agree.
remake
We can all
of
agree that
Superman
this
4.
film was not executed in the best way. Obviously, they
There's
did
so many cuts.
they did
you
not
can't even
have
follow it.
the budget. They did not have the manpower to make this a solid edited movie. But would you say that the ideas in this movie
No.
kind of work? Like, I mean, in a
No.
sense, like, okay, take it from Christopher Reeve's stance. Okay, so Christopher Reeve, he was like, I'm not going to do another Superman movie unless you do it about
A political statement.
a political statement
I
about
like that
about
about it.
nuclear
Cool.
weapons,
Yeah.
and like Superman can handle that. That's why he agreed to do this film. It's a fact. Clearly, this movie did not really like was not a good. No one cared, but I feel like because it's terrible.
Not work out in his favor.
But I feel like if it was done correctly, maybe it could have actually said a good thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I mean, I'm all for the message. I think we need to get rid of our nukes. And,
I think
I guess-
I think
have a
now
Superman.
we're in a world that's post Batman v Superman the movie with Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill playing Superman, and having Superman 4: Quest for Peace in existence. We can compare the two as far as like, like the political standpoint.
I'm just trying to like get my head around the main plot of this movie, which is Superman was like, I'm gonna make it my mission. I'm gonna take all the nuclear warheads, throw them into the sun, which he does.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, gone.
Mm-hmm.
Lex gets out of jail and is like, I'm gonna make some more nuclear warheads.
yeah, he
For
wants
money.
He
to.
wants to make a super being that can fight.
No, but
Superman.
he made another nuclear warhead or missile or something.
He didn't make. Did he make the nuclear warhead
Or
that
it
they
was
from
around?
Russia?
Who fucking knows?
It was like the last one that they hadn't.
It was the last one.
Yeah.
So no. Lex Luthor like had this idea where he's just like, I now have stolen Superman's hair. He
Yes.
steals a
His
strand
hair that
of
holds
his
1,000
hair
pounds.
that can hold us 1,000 pounds.
in a
Which-
Superman museum.
I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Is
I mean,
that a
it's a
thing?
Superman's hair. I mean,
Yeah.
like he's supposed to be superhuman, alien, whatever. He steals it. That scene of him stealing it was really funny too. But he steals it, and then he decides to make from that strand of hair a super being that can only be activated through the sun.
And his name was Atomic Man.
Nuclear
Man.
Man.
Okay, but the reason he wants Nuclear Man is so that Nuclear Man can defeat Superman, and then when Superman's gone, him and his buddies are going to repopulate the world with nuclear weapons and profit
Yeah.
from like global instability.
Okay.
And, like,
That was
creating
kind
wars
of
and stuff.
unclear.
Yeah,
Because it was real shitty.
but here's what's dumb. You know who else is powered by the sun? Actual Superman.
Yeah.
so like.
True.
That doesn't make sense at all. That he would be like weakened by that dude when he scratches him with his
Yeah. In the film, he gets scratched by Nuclear Man and then becomes sick.
So
and
sick
then
that he turns into an old oak.
yeah, he
He
ages.
looks like
ages.
he was like dosed with radiation. Like his
Yeah.
hair is falling out and he's
Yeah.
like white and pale. It looked really weird.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things that were cut out of the film.
So
to,
much.
to
Like
make
it would cut like back and forth. Like there were whole like scenes that were just cut.
Oh,
And then it skips like
people are
3
"Where's
scenes
Clark?"
later.
And
Yeah,
I'm
and
like, I don't know either because
that whole
he was
joke
missing.
that whole joke just like ended and
Yeah.
like was cut.
Yeah.
And then Lois pops in sometimes and then that's cut. It's just
That's another way that it's similar to BBS.
so much was cut.
Oh my God, we actually are able to compare Batman v Superman to Superman 4 Quest for Peace.
I bet there's even more similarities.
Jesus Christ. Such a bummer.
Anyway, I guess we should say that Nuclear Man,
Mhm.
that's his name, is a very bronzed, muscular man in black loincloth, kind of.
Mhm.
And he growls a lot. He has metallic nails.
He should have played
And-
He-Man as opposed to Dolph Lundgren.
Yes, he says
That
some
guy looks like
things-
He-Man.
He does look like He-Man.
He says some things. He has kind of a power struggle with Lex, but Lex is like, I'm your dad. But then he shuts down when he walks into shadows, but only sometimes.
but only some of the time. What?
So that's how Superman kind of defeats him, but kind of doesn't.
Well, Superman throws him to an elevator and then
Hauls his ass to the moon.
the elevator itself
But
to
then he
the
breaks
moon.
open on the dark side of the moon.
Yeah, makes
No
sense.
problem.
No, but
pounds
yeah, but
Superman
then
into the ground,
yeah.
into the moon. And then Superman pops back up.
So
like,
here-
there's not really...
Okay,
It's really dumb.
here's the thing.
Oh, he also picks up the fucking Statue of Liberty.
Oh, yes.
and,
He
like,
swirls that around New York.
yeah. What did
As
he
a
end up
threat?
doing with it?
But I like those scenes because Superman or the bad guy, they only show them holding like the hands and
Yeah,
the book
right,
of the
yeah.
statue because that's all they made of a
Yeah,
model.
Yeah.
But they just kind of swirl around New York with it as a
Yeah.
threat. I don't know.
Okay, so here's the thing. This movie is terrible. It's an awful film. Nothing adds up. Whatever. But I, as a
5-year-old,
as a 5-year-old,
point,
this
pretty
is
good.
the coolest fucking shit I have ever seen. And like I was saying at the beginning of the podcast, I was saying like, yeah, my mom recorded this on VHS from when it was being played on primetime TV. And I watched
was
it
that weird to
so
you?
many times. What?
You're comparing this to like a 5-year-old mindset.
No.
This is
I
good.
just want to explain the fact that we're even reviewing this movie right now. It's because I still have that infatuation with it. There are so many elements to this that I love still. I love him saving all the French people in the space in the beginning. I love him on Smallville, like not wanting to sell the farm. I love him being a bumbling idiot in this movie and like passing like a passing grade on that. Like it was very fucking like seriously believable when he was doing that. And then yes, Nuclear Man was fucking stupid, but like him getting sick and
But
needing to
that
get-
sixth scene was like literally maybe 20 seconds.
it wasn't that long at
And-
all. It wasn't that long at all.
and you're
It
like, oh,
had-
I guess
it
he's
had
sick.
zero exposition.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, according to you, at the end you were like, "This movie is too long," and it was only 90 minutes long.
Yeah,
you were like,
so
I
boring.
don't need this to be any
Well,
longer.
I don't give a shit about the plot. Like none of
Right.
the love
Yeah.
interests
No, sure.
do anything.
Sure. All of
he
this-
doesn't make out with it. Well, he kisses Lois and date rape minds her. you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like he's roofing her all the time.
It
It's
is.
fucked
It's
up.
really weird.
He's
But,
like, I'm
he's not
exposing.
roofing her to be with her. He's roofing her
Yes,
to
he is.
No, he's roofing her to forget about him.
No. He's like, hey, I want to go have a fun
Yeah.
time with you, but I don't want you to remember.
I don't like
it.
saying roofing.
baby, Mike. He's every time,
It's bad.
every
It's
time in these
real bad.
movies,
That he has that ability, it's bad.
No, what he's doing is real
Michael.
wrong.
every time he wants to hang out. Excuse me, we're getting serious. Every time he wants to hang out with her and expose himself to not expose himself.
Oh god.
Oh God!
But-
Now we're going.
No, he's
deep.
like, I want to hang out with Lois and have a good time and make out, and then he's like, but I don't want her to remember it.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Okay, all right.
None of the women, they're all boring as hell. All their lines suck. Like it's. Just,
I mean,
Yeah, this movie could use some test mocker.
yeah, this movie, yeah, it needs,
love me some test mocker.
yeah, break him out of the pool. Yeah, no, okay, I see your point. I see what you're saying. From my mindset, I was just like, okay, so he just didn't want her to be in any danger to knowing who he really
she's
was.
not in danger at all.
Yeah, come on.
She's constantly interviewing Superman in this movie.
That's
She's like,
the
"I have a
danger.
date with
That's the
Superman."
danger. The danger.
Why is that dangerous?
She's in the spotlight. She's in the spotlight.
She doesn't give a shit. She's like telling everyone. She's like, "I'm interviewing Superman tonight."
Pelly, Lois Lane's whole thing is danger, man.
Yeah, she loves
It
it.
follows her around, and she's like, yeah.
She's always
That's
falling
why-
off
that's
cliffs.
why- that's why
She's always
Superman-
in subways where the passenger has a heart attack, but then he's
That's
fine.
why
Yeah.
Superman doesn't want her to be in danger.
No.
He has to save
Yeah.
her ass all the time.
Nothing's going to change if she knows his secret identity or not. Either way, Lois is going to get herself into some real pickles about once every 24 hours.
All right. So now we're
so
we're
she can have a
addressing
white
like
savior.
we're addressing
Save
some
White
him.
cis male.
Yeah, but he loves America.
Look, yeah, dude.
Anyway, back
He's always putting up the American
all
flag
I
in
was
this movie.
saying was that yes, I agree. This film is bad. This is a terribly produced film.
Wait,
but
can I ask you a question?
Yes.
In the comic book, does Lois like figure it out, and then they live as like Lois and Superman?
numerous times.
Yeah,
Or
they
is
get
he always-
married.
Numerous times.
Okay.
It
It's
happened
like,
the first
in the
time
last
in the
Superman movie where they're like living together in an apartment.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I liked it. I
I
thought it was great.
It happened.
I was like, cool. They're
It
together.
happened for the first time in an official manner in the 90s when they did the wedding issue.
Yes.
Wow. So he didn't
Well,
kill her.
I
when
mean,
they
like
had
she
sex?
knew who he was before that, but like they had like
He
this
didn't
big
blow
wedding.
her mind, literally.
No. I've always thought that was strange. Like, that people make such a big deal out of that. Like, couldn't he just
He can
control himself enough?
Yeah, well,
Maybe
in
he
this
can do all
movie-
this Clark
yeah.
stuff.
He
Pulling
can
that wrong.
control his strength, so he won't like hurt her
Yeah.
if they have sex.
Yeah, in
Makes sense.
Smallville, they made that an issue. In the show Smallville,
Really?
they were like, they actually, like his parents even said,
Oh, is it in that horrible puberty episode?
Oh.
Where he gets the heat
later than that, there was some stuff with
I
that, but
remember that. It was like,
yeah.
"Ugh."
It's like
It's like jizzing.
yeah,
Like,
it's
"Ugh."
so awkward. There's like a sex ed class and he
Yeah,
like
he-
shoots fire out of his eyes like he's
It's
I
like-
love it.
It's like
Wonderful.
premature ejaculation, like
So
laser
awkward.
eyes.
It's wonderful. That was a wonderful episode. You know what that episode
Oh,
was
man.
called? That episode was called Heat.
Is he fertile? Can they have babies?
No.
That's never a thing.
They adopt the kids.
Well, okay, so
They
Superman
adopt? That's
Returns, the
cute.
film Superman Returns,
Oh
apparently
yeah, that's
is
what's
okay.
open
So
that can
so
of worms.
here let me just give you a little backstory here. So in Superman 2, with Christopher Reeve, he loses his powers.
I didn't
He
see that.
chose to have his powers taken so that way he could be with
go to
Lois.
Bone Town.
So he does
Yes.
Bone Town with Lois in the Fortress of Solitude. They do it in this big gigantic silver bed.
So 70s,
Yeah, it's
Sexy.
so
Is
70s.
it rotating?
No, I don't
Yeah.
think so.
I don't
Does
know,
he
but
rotate
anyway,
it?
he gets his powers back in that movie. But then in Superman Returns, which takes place kind of after Superman 4, which is what we're talking about right now.
No, Superman Returns pretends that 3 and 4
It
never happened.
pretends, yeah. So that's another main thing is that they
Mm.
actually try to pretend that Superman 3 and 4 never even happened with Superman
And he has
Returns.
Lois has a kid and it turns
Lois
out
has
to
a
be
kid,
his.
and it's
Oh,
supposed to be
what?
his kid from when he and Lois had sex in Superman 2
But
when
it
he
took
didn't
her
have
like
his powers.
2 years to be pregnant.
No, it's kind of unclear.
We're definitely not reviewing Superman 4
He leaves
or
Earth
Superman
for,
Returns.
like,
So
10 years.
He
or
pieces
something.
out.
Yeah.
He leaves her.
Yeah, he knocks her
Wow.
up and then leaves the
What a
planet.
Yeah.
dick.
For like a
He's
decade.
such a dick.
Oh
Look at you
Jesus!
two.
So can I?
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
I'm just going to admit this to you guys right now.
Admit it.
One of the main reasons that we're watching this movie is because it inspired me to become a drummer.
There's no drumming scene in this movie.
John Cryer has drumsticks at the end. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely,
Is that a
Lenny.
joke?
Nope, Lenny made me want to be a drummer.
He doesn't
There's-
even
that
drum in the
scene is
movie.
literally
Nope.
10 seconds
Nope,
long.
he doesn't even drum. He has drumsticks, and he says the word drumsticks so cool. Back when I was fucking 6 years old, seeing this for the first
You said
time,
5.
I thought
You're
that
getting
was
older.
awesome.
You said 2.
Yeah,
No,
2,
no, no,
then
two-
5, then 6.
Superman the movie I saw when I was 2.
Okay.
Oh.
But this film, yeah. So
That makes no sense, baby.
so after, well,
that
it
scene is
happened.
like 10 seconds long. That like I don't believe it.
All I know is I saw this movie, and he was talking about playing the drums, and he
primetime.
has drumsticks. And when I was a kid and I saw that, I would watch this movie all the time because my mom taped it off the TV, and fucking like I was like legit saying, "Hey, Dad, you play drums," because my dad was a drummer. I was like, "Get me a drum set because I want to be like Lenny."
This movie's your Rosetta Stone.
That's my actual like admission right now. I am actually saying this on the podcast because this is one of the reasons why I really want to do the podcast because I wanted to like show how I became infatuated with the idea of being a drummer.
Well, you're a great
It's
drummer.
because
so
of Lenny,
thank you.
Lex
You win
Luthor's
for.
nephew.
Your logic as a 5-year-old doesn't make any sense.
It's like watching
But
'89 Batman.
It
and being
blows
like,
my mind. I want to be a
Bob has
doctor.
a boombox. Wait, who's a doctor?
I want to be a surgeon. Like watching Batman and being like,
there was a scene with the doctor.
who knows? Yeah, you're like, this inspired me to go to medical school.
I want to be a can of Coke with a little cape. Remember
Anyway,
that?
babe, I am amazed by that. That does blow my mind.
I'm just saying.
You are a great drummer.
I don't know how that worked.
Thanks to Superman
life.
4 is all I'm saying.
So
All I'm
that's very
saying.
weird.
So weird.
It's extremely weird. Let's talk about PL. So, he
What's PL?
he Private Lex. He is able to transmit himself via video and audio to Superman on a frequency that nobody else can hear or whatever. Only dogs can, apparently,
What?
because he did that in.
No, that's in the first movie. It's an audio thing.
But he did that in the
Oh,
first
okay,
movie.
'cause
So
I
this is a video.
but this time he upped it, and he was just like video. He says it. He's just like, Superman, only you can see this transmission.
It makes sense.
That makes a little bit more sense though, because they're linking it back to the other movie. Because that's the only time this occurs in this movie. It just appears.
There's a couple
occurs
other
once.
instances where like Superman flying with Lois, they try to mimic that too.
No, I was talking about Lex's frequency thing.
Oh, okay, I was just
That
saying
only
like
happened
links
once.
to the other movie. Like, I'm
Because
saying.
he's supposed to always employ scientists, right? That's his whole deal. Is to like come up with crazy
Otis
schemes.
was not a scientist. Otis was just a dum-dum from movie number 1 and 2.
But isn't his whole like scheme, like in Smallville and stuff as well, is like he's always hiring
Yes.
scientists to like come up with ideas.
In
to
Smallville, you were
capture
dealing with a much
Superman?
smarter Lex. Yes.
My father.
Yeah.
Love
His
that
father,
Lex.
Lionel Luthor.
My father.
I like that Lex
My
too.
father.
I guess it's my favorite Lex.
He is.
You still think that
He's
Rosenbaum
really
is your favorite
funny.
Lex?
Live action.
I think I might have to agree with you.
He's hilarious.
Kevin Spacey did not do it for me. Yeah. Wrong! Real estate! That was Kevin Spacey. And
Good
then
impression.
Gene Hackman is just like, Superman.
He's funny in this one. I like this.
He's
but,
pretty. He does
What
because he doesn't give a
about-
shit about anything in this movie.
New Lex.
boys.
Yeah, there you go.
Terrible.
Yeah, he was really
The
bad. He was
absolute
boring.
fucking worst.
Probably the worst one.
Actually, I never got to see the end of that movie still.
Yeah, Lex's. Actually, I like the Lex from the Superboy TV show.
I don't remember.
From the 80s. Yeah, he was pretty.
I like the
Actually, he was.
cartoon one. He's good. He's my favorite.
Yeah, Michael Rose. No,
Clancy Brown.
Clancy. Clance.
Man, Clance
He was a good
from
one.
Highlander 2.
How did he know he was going to be in that girl's apartment looking out the
He
window
didn't know-
at
he
that
didn't- he
time?
didn't- Well, okay, yeah, but
Or is
isn't
it
that
just
supposed to
on
be like
replay?
it's supposed to be like Times Square at Metropolis?
Yeah, I know that.
Because Metropolis, like,
But
is
does
is
that mean
supposed
it's
to-
just on repeat? I thought it was like
Nope.
in real time.
It's complete coincidence. You gotta roll with it.
All right.
this goddamn movie.
Her table is so gaudy.
But do you guys understand that, like, what I'm saying about like how I adored this film when I was younger? Does that make
You're
sense?
a little dumb baby with a dumb brain.
Oh, thanks.
No, babe, I don't see the
The
attraction.
fact that we're even
but-
watching this right now is based off of that, and
Let me
you're
rephrase
calling me
that.
dumb right now.
Let me rephrase that in a more generous way.
Yeah, please.
Is that as a child you wouldn't understand that the movie sucks? You just sort of be
Absolutely.
entertained by it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This movie does suck, and I'm acknowledging that. But I'm saying that, like, back then, this was, like, a movie that I would watch a couple times during the week.
Well, I hope I never see it again.
Agreed.
So, Allison, you do not recommend this film, clearly.
No. Mm-mm. Yeah, like it's not like a super entertaining good bad. I don't. Or I mean, bad good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So bad it's
Yeah.
good.
And I will say that I also do not recommend this
Yeah,
film.
I've never seen you put this on before.
But I do still enjoy the aesthetic of it. Like I mean, there's a lot of it that I look at and it reminds me of good times in my childhood. So there's that. But I can't recommend it for anybody else because I don't think that anybody else can relate. Clearly, the two of you do not.
No.
So you both don't recommend it. I don't recommend it either. Let's play murder, fuck, kill.
Marry, fuck, kill.
Marry, fuck, kill.
Let's
You always
always
want
do
to murder
it.
and kill.
Double murder.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
You
I just can't
wanna
say
kill
it.
those characters.
Marry, fuck, kill. Marry, fuck, kill. So we're gonna start with Jason.
Yeah,
down
I
there.
have no idea.
Oh, man.
There's like no real character.
So okay,
development
so
in
let's do this. So
movie.
let's figure it out. All right, so let's take just what 3 characters? Is it you?
Yeah.
You only want to have 3 characters,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so let's do Nuclear Man for sure.
Okay.
Wait, why are we getting to pick? Everyone gets to pick different characters. You don't base it on 3.
Don't we have
right?
to like do like
No.
the same 3
Oh,
characters?
you can play either way.
I thought
Okay.
usually we would do whoever.
Okay, let's start with you, Baxter. Let's get what you say.
Lacey. She's my F.
Marry what? Or that's your F? That's your
Uh-huh.
fuck? Okay, all right, there you go.
Yeah.
Those shoulder pads.
That means you have to marry. That means you have to marry like Lex or Lenny or fucking Clark.
Well, hang on, let me get
You
to
gonna
it.
marry Lois?
Baxter, maybe you're gonna take her jacket off and realize that those are her shoulders.
Yeah, that's fine. I can ride around on her shoulders.
Oh my god. True. She could carry you
I
up there.
would marry Clark
Yeah.
because he's a sweetheart.
Oh yeah,
And you could have sex
good
with him
idea.
because he's
Yeah, there you
not
go.
Superman at that
Mhm.
point.
Sure. Yeah, something like that. And he's
Not
a
gonna
sweet guy, but
kill
he's
you?
still good looking, good natured.
Sure.
So fuck Lacey, marry
Clark.
and
Kill.
murder. There's plenty options here.
Oh,
You're pretty much at a downhill
no.
slope at this point. Like anyone you want to kill, like it would be just.
I'm gonna kill John Cryer because that guy's irritating.
Really, Lenny?
Oh no!
Oh, come on. He's probably like the only thing that like made me like consistently happy in the film.
Yeah, but he also sucks.
Really? You're just going to let Lex do,
Do you
his
think
stupid video.
Do you think he had maybe more parts, or do you think he was always like that minor of a character?
I have no
Because
idea.
there's so much cut in this movie that.
Yeah, and he's sort of just like there.
He's just there.
Yeah.
There's no real explanation.
He doesn't
other than
help
it's-
Lex all that
Other
much.
than it's his nephew, and then they were gonna go live together at the end of the movie.
Yeah, which
they were
is
gonna go hide out
amazing.
together. And then earlier
The
when he
costume's a
was
mess.
like in the money, where he literally had like stacks of money on his desk,
Yeah.
he was in
He
some
was just
weird
looking
like
through it.
it was like a mix between Hugh Hefner and like a pimp.
Yeah.
All right, Allie,
Yes.
your turn.
My turn?
There you go.
I would actually F Lenny.
Are
'Cause
you guys,
maybe
is this
he's-
like a
maybe he's like a
censored
dumb-
podcast? Why are you guys saying
I
F?
I want to say it
Too
that way.
dirty?
Yeah. This movie is like PG, so
Exactly.
So for the PG audiences listening to this
because
podcast,
he's a dum dum, so that maybe that means he's a good Lenny.
Oh, that old theory.
That old theory.
are you
Yeah.
talking about
Oh,
Lenny?
we'll just be
Okay,
like,
so yeah, Lenny.
shut your
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
mouth. Don't talk.
Oh
oh
no.
no!
Um,
This rocks.
no! Yeah, I'd be saying shit like that the whole time.
Yeah.
Brutal.
He would be a good F.
Brutal.
Yeah, a good F.
I
What
might-
the fuck? Stupid.
I don't know who I would marry. No one's very deep. Everyone's really superficial in this movie
Come on.
because there's like no character depth.
Come on, you married Clark. Come on.
No, I don't.
Really?
No, I have no attraction to either Superman or Clark.
I could see
Okay,
marrying
pick one.
Lois?
Harry.
Who's that?
Their boss
Harry
in
White,
the
the
newspaper.
No. How about the gym guy who's like being really fucking
Mr.
snarky?
Short Shorts.
No. I would maybe marry Lewis because maybe that would chill her out.
Lewis.
Lois.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna change my vote and kill that guy in
You're
the
just
gym.
going back, really?
No, I'm gonna murder
That
that
guy
guy
was
in
a
the
dick.
gym. Yeah, he sucks.
I think maybe
I don't like
if,
jocks and bullies.
maybe if Lois and I got together, she would chill out. Maybe she just needs to get her mind off Superman. Who knows? And then kill. Oh yeah, there's also a scene in this movie where he cuts a top off a mountain and plugs it into a volcano top, like a plug.
Deeply erotic.
Like
yeah.
it looks like a plug. It's really funny.
Not
Oh,
Lenny.
this scene where he uses his super breath, I love the sound effect of the breathing.
I like the animation of steam and of I guess electricity coming out of his feet
It's
or
all, like,
the
painted
nuclear
on,
man
clearly, yeah.
like sheening out of them. I like that. It's fun. It reminds me of the gremlin creature that comes up on the
Oh yeah. On the TV.
on the TV.
So you're gonna kill Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
All right. I got this.
I mean, that's maybe an easy one because he's a bad guy, but
I got this all lined up.
Okay, go ahead.
Marrying Superman for sure. I am
for sure.
having sex with Lacey Warfield when she puts her
Both you
knee
guys.
in my crotch.
Oh yeah.
And I am going to kill Lex Luthor because why? Like I'm gonna make a nuclear man. Boo boo.
Yeah, he's so
you know,
dumb.
Lenny's cool. I don't give a shit. He's like, whoa, cool. This rocks. Like, I'm not gonna kill Lenny. Who cares? All he did was break his uncle out of jail. His uncle who sucks and is like, I'm gonna make the fucking nuclear man with the boo boo. That's what I'm gonna do. So he's dead. Yeah, by me. I'm by my hand.
You took 2 characters from us, which is fine. I just think that's
I took 2
interesting.
characters from you?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we both.
Yeah.
One of us said Lex. and
Wait,
one
do
of
we
us
all have to
said-
have different
No,
answers?
no. I just thought that was interesting that you took them on as well. That's all.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think this is a solid decision. I actually don't think that I could change it. If I was forced to change it, I would probably have a mental breakdown.
You could kill an annoying little boy.
Oh yeah. He only had a few scenes in this movie.
Yeah.
I
He just
think he was-
exists to give Superman the idea to
So
get rid of the nuke.
the first scene was in school where
Oh, that's not
I
even-
know somebody that would do some good.
Yeah, he had like the weirdest voice.
I
I'm
think
like,
they were-
calm down.
yeah.
And she's like, "Who's Santa Claus?" Like some girl that's like in the back of the class, like, "Who's Santa Claus?" He's like, "No, Superman."
I think he was maybe a little special.
He's got a good point though.
He did have a good point.
I guess, yeah.
Superman exists.
What were
Why is
they-
he solving
what
all
were they
our
Okay,
problems?
so they were talking about the nuclear war crisis,
Which they only like barely mention in the first beginning of the movie. Like I really didn't know this was about nuclear stuff. till
most
the
of
end
it was
until you told me
actually
that.
all kind of lined up in that one school sequence.
My dear
And
American
then the teacher's just like, "What do you think we should do about the crisis?"
And that kid's like, I know what to fucking do about this. And then so
Also, I'm like, dude, those kids seemed a bit young to even be discussing the idea
They
of
did.
nuclear weapons.
they were
and,
like 9. They don't hold that
the
attention span.
apocalypse of the human race. you know?
So Jeremy is the name of the kid, and he's looking off into. He's looking.
Jeremy spoke in class today.
Fuck you.
Oh
my God! Look at her shirt.
He literally
Look at her
did.
shirt.
He did.
Look at her
Also
shirt.
taken
and
from
that.
this movie.
Yes, Pearl Jam stole from Superman 4. Yeah.
Anyway, so that is my MFK. Any final
Good job.
thoughts? Final thoughts on this?
No.
We're glad that they didn't make any
She
more
kind of reminds me
these.
of Karen Carpenter.
Who? Allison? Say
Lois?
the names.
Lois reminds me of
Yeah.
Karen Carpenter.
Yeah, a little bit.
Ah.
Oh, why in his barn is he talking to a hole in the ground?
That's the ship that brought him to Earth?
But it was
he's
just it
ta-
literally was just a hole with a green light.
Yeah, I
in it.
know.
Exactly.
It was confusing.
It was supposed to be reminiscent.
That's
of,
what I was thinking. I
It's supposed
thought
to
it
be.
was the ship
It's supposed
under
to be. Yeah,
the-
it's supposed to be reminiscent of the first
But they
2
don't
movies,
show it.
but they don't show it because they don't have the
It's
budget
a green
for
hole.
it. So
Yeah,
they
it's
just had
really weird.
enough budget to like
Put a hole in the
voice
ground.
record the person who played his
His
mom,
mom, yeah,
and that was it.
and a green light.
Oh, and...
And he made it
is
disappear
one of
with his
their
eyes.
Kryptonian elders... That's the
Shouting,
thing? Yes.
shouting at Superman.
What is the thing he says? You were like...
You were shouting.
Betrayed.
Yeah.
Betrayed. Betrayed. Betrayed.
like, dude, we get it.
It was like that. Yeah.
It's just weird, like, where did those guys come from?
I don't know.
Superman 2.
They're
And
in
1.
Superman 2 also?
Yes.
Oh.
They're not in
Oh,
one.
that was an established thing.
They're supposed to be like
Brando's in one.
No, but like post the Krypton being destroyed, in Superman 1 and 2, he addresses the Council, which is actually I think it's just Superman 2. He addresses the Council, which is like just like Jor-El, where they are not in existence anymore,
Right.
but like their souls are part of the computer,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's who he was talking to in this movie.
Are they the same people that you see at the beginning of Superman 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they're supposed to be. They're obviously different actors now,
But the ones who are like,
yeah.
Zod, you and your friends inside that hula hoop are
I like that.
banished to the negative zone.
The negative zone.
Or what is it called? The phantom zone.
The negatives.
Might as well be called the negative zone.
There's a few scenes in this movie where somehow the nuclear guy turned Superman into an ice crystal.
That was weird.
I was not paying attention. I didn't understand how that happened.
So,
It
It was
I mean, it's not
like
sensible,
Superman
With
has
his nails somehow.
Superman and Nuclear Man are like Nuclear Man is supposed to be technically a clone of Superman
But he doesn't look anything like him.
No.
His powers are different.
Yes.
He has long silver
because
nails.
he was born from the sun.
The Always Sunny Day Man.
hey, man.
When you said Born of the Sun. Champion of the Sun.
Champion of the sun.
That's what this movie's like for that guy.
Nuclear Man is
Yeah,
is,
in the
Nuclear Man
shadows.
is so this movie is Superman versus Dayman.
Yeah.
Superman for the quest.
Yes.
Superman for the quest for Dayman. All right, guys.
Yikes.
Thank you for joining us for the VHS Wall episode of
What's the
Superman
full title?
4, Superman 4: The Quest for Dayman. All right, so thank you guys for joining us. So we have Jason Baxter. You can find him on Twitter at BaxterJason. You can find Allison on Twitter at nothing because she's not on Twitter.
True.
And you can find me on Twitter at Mike Pelly.
Do you use it?
Wait, you're on Twitter?
I don't even use it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why?
It's all about Twitter plugs, baby. It's all
Plugs?
about Twitter plugs. That's that guy. Yeah, thank you guys for joining us, listening to this stupid whatever. And have a great time with the rest of your life. Bye.
Wow.
Good sign off.
This has been a podcast presented by
Hard to find media.
with music presented by
Celebrator.
Subscribe to Hard to Find Media on youtube.com/Hard to Find Media Network. This shit is free. Share it. Blast it. Fuck it.